I'm down here at Pantai Murtasari today, and the reason I'm down here is there's heaps of kites going off, and it's a bit of a festival atmosphere. Even though it's not the big day for festivals, there is a lot going on. You can even see up in the sky there a bunch of kites going along. They are bebean. They're the ones that look like fish. Susan is the resident expert on all the different types, and she's been in my ear on our way down here about what sorts that we should be able to see. And they're really massive, and the atmosphere down here is pretty cool as well. Today, this video is not supposed to be one of these real long sprawling epics like the Ramayana. This is just a short look at what the scene's like here down at Pantai Murtasari on a normal day here in July and August. On a weekend, you often see these things going on. Look at that, isn't that cool? And the guys there trying to pull those kites in, need a bit of strength when the wind's blowing like it is at the moment. There's sand flying, there's guys running everywhere. It's crazy, isn't it? Look. So today this is actually the Festival Layang-layang Bali. I've even got a gamelan down here.
Banyak merah Narwando ya? Iya Kak. Kalau dulu
The thing about these sort of festivals and these days where they have a lot of kites going is that you sort of really need to be here to get a feel for what it's really like, because there's a bit of a vibe in the air, a bit of an atmosphere that's hard to sort of convey through camera. There is a lot of chaos, a lot of energy going on, and it sort of amps up and comes down as the gamelan speeds up and slows down as well. Beautiful day down here, by the way. Look at this, down at Pantai Murtasari. Isn't that beautiful? It's just glorious weather. And yeah, that's sort of the scene over there. Over into the field where all the activity's happening. At the moment, there are a lot of guys now coming up onto this little section that comes out into the water, this breakwater, with their ropes. And I'm assuming they're going to launch off into the water somehow. Although the water's looking pretty deep at the moment. Last year when we did this, the water was not so deep. This guy's saying yes, 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 yes. Jadi dari tim apa? Mahadewa. Banjar apa?
Tidak wajar.
Oh yeah, tim.
Channel.
Sanur Diaries.
Sanur Diaries.
Ya. Jadi ini bebean atau apa? Queer agak susah ya?
Yeah, big size.
Big size. There you go. We got a queer big size. Queer itu bebek. Yeah. Okay, so it's a duck, apparently. I just asked them if they mau lari ke air. They said yes. Yes, they want to lari ke air. There are already a bunch of guys. Oh, they're pulling them now. They're going up. Oh, I better get out of the way. They're going in the water. There's panic. So the main thing you need to be careful of here is that you don't get your head chopped or your neck chopped by one of these fishing lines as the guys run around like madmen into the water. They'll run down the path, and if you're not sort of aware of what's going on, you do get chopped occasionally. Like I remember last year having to duck and weave as guys are darting about. Like you can see these guys now. I know if I get close to the tree I should be safe. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Now the judging on these things is interesting. It's not just a matter of getting the thing up in the air, but it's about your style. There's a few different factors that they take into account. I can't remember exactly what they are, but things like style, and there's some other mystical ones as well. And when you're here and seeing that in the flesh, that looks amazing. Look at them go. There's a judge over here, he's marking. They've got to look at the number on the kite, on the layang-layang, and have a look what one's doing right. All the guys up there, a few with sunglasses, most of them not. Trying to look at where their kite is. Make sure they don't get caught up as well, because you get disqualified if you get them caught up as well. So you see sometimes they get caught up and they'll panic and try and get them away from one another. Now, there's guys in the water now. Look at these dudes. He's having a bit of a swim down there, that dude. A lot of them are trying to avoid it because it's pretty deep. Here we go, there's panic happening now. This guy here, he's trying to keep his kite away from the other ones. So he's got to be in the water to make sure they don't get done. That's what his story is. It's actually more interesting looking at the people than the kites sometimes. I hope these dudes can swim. They are getting fairly tangled up there now. It's pretty worrying for some of those groups, because I can see, hard to see on screen, but the wires seem to crisscross a little bit and they're struggling to keep them away from one another. And that's critical for these guys. So there is a bit of panic down there. Yeah, look at this guy in the water, shouting. Bit of panic down here. They don't want to get theirs tangled with the other dude. There's two of them side by side. They're now tangled a little bit. So they're trying to unwrap the lines. There's two kites together. So they're getting ahead of the tangle. There you go, they got it under control. The dudes in the rear, they're reeling in the lines now. They safely averted catastrophe. But these ones over here, they're still struggling a little bit, trying to hold them away from one another, but they're doing all right. They're actually just getting swept off the rocks a little bit. They're in trouble. There are two lines there just about to cross. They are crossing. Oh, how's he done that? How has he done that? They are in danger. Uh-oh. There's panic behind me as well. I've got to get out of the way. This one over here. What's he doing? Yeah. We're under control here. Under control. Yeah, look at this guy. Oh, out there. Oh, out there. I can't even see which one it goes to. It's that one there. Not the yellow one, the other one. I think it's that one. Yeah, it's that one there. At the very top, not the yellow one, that one there. Now, I know everyone's different, but I can spend hours down here just, I don't know, soaking up the energy, but also getting really excited about kites. And I don't even really like kites very much. But it's one of these sort of cultural events that I really love down here in Bali. They're pretty big fish, aren't they? They look a bit stiff though. The reason I said earlier that this is not the big one is because next weekend there is a bigger festival on that involves some international events as well. So there are different things on all the way through July and August, and yeah, if you're around here at the time, you really need to come and have a look at some of these things. They're bringing some of them down now. Now the process for bringing one of these kites down is usually a little bit chaotic as well. There's people running back and forth, tripping over. Look at them go. And they're trying to get this yellow one down. There they go. They got it. Easy. I will show you a couple of other things that are going on down here, a couple of the other preparations for the kites over here. Like you've got a big bear on here. So one of the things is that they call these, generally call them big size. Yeah, the advanced ones. And it's, yeah. People love it. You know, well, it's not just a Bali thing either. All around Indonesia, they love their kites. Now, one of the things that does happen over here is that they will launch kites from the car park to get them over the trees. They've got sticks in the car park where they have the ropes going up to the sticks and over the other side to the car park. So I'll show you what that looks like over in the car park, because I remember last year we had quite a few failures in the car park. See over there, those sticks? I don't know if you can see the wires on there on the TV, but there are basically wires everywhere, all over those sticks, leading to kites that are in the car park. Over here. We'll get through the crowd. It's actually pretty crowded over here. Can't believe how many kites there are. Incredible, incredible scenes. So here's a little bit of what's going on in the car park. People have got their little kites going, well, they're big kites, sort of getting prepared over here. And normally the guys will they'll often put them on a stand and then sit under them in the shade. You'll see that all over the place around here because it's so hot out, especially on a day like today. It's not as cool as it's been in recent times. It's just a little bit hotter. Even though the breeze is here, it's warm, very warm. So what'll happen, and I'll show you, I'll point it out so you know what I'm talking about here. So there are lines that go from here all the way up to the sticks over there, over the other side and onto the beach, which is where the other members of the team will be pulling the kite from. And that gives them the biggest run-up possible to get these things launched, because they are so big that you need a huge run-up and you need to run a long way to get them up in the air. Not sure what's going on over here, but it looks like some sort of repair job, or maybe not even finished. This one. Hello. So that is more or less the Kite Festival, or one of the days of the different kite festivals here in Sanur in 2026. As I said, they go on quite a few different days throughout the month of July into August as well. And if you're in here like in late July, you're more than likely going to see some sort of activity down here at the beach. Even if it's not a formal competition, there'll be guys down here practicing for sure. Yeah, it's actually one of the great things here in Bali. Is one of these great cultural experiences, which doesn't mean you need to go and love kites, but just seeing the activity and the vibrancy of something like this is just fantastic. So thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, and
Sampai jumpa.
sampai jumpa.